I'm always busy doing that shit. We are live. This is episode number 16 of Savages in the Bronx, live from Studio 54 in New Jersey, and REM Studio in Staten Island, New York, airing exclusively on Twitch and powered by StreamYard. And welcome back to the show on this Monday, July the 12th, 2021, the pre-Home Run Derby edition of Savages in the Bronx. I am your host, Rich Rivera. I'm being joined by a man who would finish 9th place in tonight's Derby, Tom Wospil. By the way, there's 8 competitors. That was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's obvious. I wonder, Rich, if you were at Coors Field right now and they were throwing you BP, could you hit one out?
None. No.
No?
No. No, I don't think I can hit one out at all, Corey. I don't think I hit one out at any stadium, and I can say that with a straight face. The only stadium that I feel like I could have maybe a chance at is Fenway.
Or if they... No, I don't know. As a lefty, maybe, not as a righty. Maybe if they put the polo grounds
if I get it up in the air enough, and it's like a routine pop up the left field, it can go out in Fenway. So I feel like if all the parks I could put it out in is Fenway, but no, I would not put one out in Coors Field.
I think I could put some out. I'm not saying if I was given 10. I'm not saying if I was given 10 ounce, I could put some out. But I think if you give me enough time, I could scrape the wall.
Yeah,
hit a couple over the wall.
6'4", 230.
I wish.
Oh well. Well, anyway, Tom Wospil wouldn't put one out in any derby, but he would put one out in the company softball derby if we had one. I can give you that. But welcome back to the show. It is Monday, July the 12th. We are 2 weeks removed since our last episode. We took a nice break for 4th of July weekend. How was your 4th of July, Tom?
Well, good. It was one of those. It was like kind of everything was getting back to normal a little bit. It had a few different barbecues to go to. So it was nice. It kind of felt like it was one of the first weekends since last March where things kind of felt normal.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we've been getting closer and closer to normal, and it honestly, like so far, been to beaches and been to a bunch of places so far, and things are feeling good, man. And this holiday is a great holiday, and it was great to just be around family that were comfortable just to be around people. So that was nice to see. And yes, so I wish you guys a happy belated 4th of July. Hope you guys enjoyed that time. But we are now on the fast track to the second half of baseball, and we started off with the All-Star festivities. The MLB draft was yesterday. The Home Run Derby's tonight. The big game is tomorrow. So obviously we can go touch on all of that in our own way, our Yankee-fied way, if you will. But let's first plug our YouTube, which you can, of course, like and subscribe to us on YouTube, where our episodes will be uploaded as available. Obviously, I need to do a better job with getting them all uploaded. It's not as easy as you think, but they will all be up there as soon as you know it. Bronx is burning, Tom. And after yesterday's game, it certainly is, because this team went from possibly having a nice chin-up moment, a sweep of the Astros in Houston. They were looking great, 7-2 lead. Gary being Gary, hitting a massive home run. And the Astros scored 6 runs in the 9th inning off of Herman and Green. And now we're back to where we were from a confidence standpoint. Yankees suck.
See, I don't know. It was definitely defeating. It felt horrible watching that game. It was, you saw the car crash coming. You just saw you as that inning was going on. I was just like, it's gonna happen. And then once you saw Altuve coming up, you're like, well, might as well just walk him, because there's no shot he is not hitting a home run.
Of course.
And then he proceeded to hit another devastating home run against the Yankees. And as for much as it just also, I feel like made the Yankees kind of look stupid, because they not that it's Judge's fault, but Judge's doing the, covering up, and Gary did it. Then they're doing the jacket, and then Altuve, it's
did Altuve.
You know what I said. I think it wasn't on the pod when we had said it before, but I hate Jose Altuve. I hate the Houston Astros. I hate them more than any other team in the league. I hate them more than the Red Sox. I hate them more than the Rays. The cheaters. I hate them.
I agree.
But if I'm Jose Altuve, I'm absolutely ripping my shirt off and running around. I would have ripped my shirt off when I hit the home run. Just run around. Yes. Just like, I love that. I love a little bit of like WWE in my baseball, and I think that's fun. That's fun stuff.
I love that. Yeah,
I also love that he
I
had
agree.
that tattoo he had to cover. You know, we finally saw the tattoo, which was like one word on his shoulder. So I guess that's why you didn't want to see this like little scribble of a tattoo that wasn't finished.
Not a good look. Not a good look. But
yeah.
I will say this, and I agree. And above being a baseball fan, above being a Yankee fan, I'm a baseball fan. I love the entertainment of the game. I love the theater of the game. You know, and if something's going to happen at the expense of my team, I want it to be. I want it to happen in the most flashiest of ways. You know, and it sucks when it does happen to your own favorite team, but yeah, I agree with you. I think when that team has just been eating shit, as deservingly so as they should over the last couple of seasons. When you have an opportunity to kind of, you know, stick it right back to that other team, you got to take advantage of that. And the Astros did slightly, but yes, if I was Altuve, I would slow trot it. I would be fucking going nuts if I was hitting that home run, that 3-run shot off green.
I also don't want us to lose track that, you know, Garrett Cole looked like Garrett Cole again with, you know, I would say the pitching performance of the year, but we did have a no-hitter. But considering the circumstances and the team he was going against, just as impressive, honestly, as what Kluber did in Texas. We can't forget that. It was great for Cole. Nestor Cortez coming out on Friday and just prove that he is just our adorable little mustachioed man. He's got those funky angles and delays, and it was still a successful road trip. The way it ended is not what you want, but I think it's overall still successful. I think the team. That maybe not holding their heads as high, but I think they should hopefully bring some kind of something and start into the second half because they need to. We got 8 of 10 against Boston off the break. So time will tell.
Time to wake up. Time to wake up against the teams that matter. And at this rate of the season, with their record, every team matters. So they just win series and. Hopefully you can make some statements so Tom and I don't rip you apart in our next 9 up and 9 down at the end of the month. All right. Now, finally, Bronx is burning. I'm going to run through this quickly because we want to try to get this done before our home run derby at 8 p.m. Injury notes real quick. Loaizaga placed on the COVID-19 IL. Miguel Andujar and Darren O'Day with respective strains of the left wrist and left hamstring, all on the IL now. Surprisingly, the injury bug hasn't been a daunting thing for the Yankees this year. The Yankees have kept most of their squad together, so hopefully they don't mount. You know, you hope that Loaizaga back as soon as the All-Star break is over because he's been so effective out of the pen. O'Day might be gone for a while. They're saying it's a significant hamstring strain, and Andujar has been playing a Swiss Army knife kind of role for this team right now, and you just hope that you can see a few of these guys back and more. We're going to move on, though. We're just going to keep this moving just because we're trying to catch up here. Tim LeCastro. I know it's kind of old. LeCastro acquired by the Diamondbacks for right-handed pitcher Keegan Curtis, who is with the AA Somerset Patriots. Tom, what you think of this move? Acquiring a fellow no, not Tom. I was going to say Tom, but acquiring a Tim LeCastro.
For Tim or Tom, you know. It's,
what the fuck? Sterling wouldn't get it.
No, I wonder. Do we know what he said when he hit the home run? Because he hit a home run yesterday. That also can't be lost in a game. I wonder what his call was. I like the move. Listen, he's not a huge impact player, but he can play the outfield. He can catch the ball in the outfield, which currently we only have 2 guys who can do that. So now we have 3 if we want, but 3 guys who are capable of catching a ball together in the outfield. He's very fast. We saw him have that hustle double in Seattle, which is something it was almost like as Yankee fans were like, what? That you could do that? You can run fast and get to second base on like a single? That's unbelievable. So it was cool to see that. He hit the home run. I think banged his head against the wall yesterday as part of that rally. But yeah, it's cool.
It's a nice little move. Nothing, he didn't give up much. They gave a, AA pitcher. Didn't hear much of Keegan Curtis, and LeCastro is probably part of a bunch of moves that the Diamondbacks are going to make soon. with this trade deadline coming up. And Locastro's always been a guy that I kind of looked at because I like the utility, like the versatility. I love the speed, obviously. The home to first speed is probably one of the fastest in baseball. I think, if not the fastest in baseball.
I think he's one or two in Fangraphs.
I think Trey Turner's up there. Billy Hamilton's probably up there as well. But yes, I like the move for the team. I think it's obviously right-handed hitter, so it doesn't really help you in that respect. But you don't bring a guy on your team for a bat. You bring this guy in as a bench guy. You can plug everywhere. You can have him play left. You can have him play second base. You can have him play third. You can have him play center field. He's going to be a guy who's going to be a speed threat. So a lot of the Tyler Wade role in that, but from the right side of the bat. So yes, I like the move for the Yanks. A nice scrappy player. I like scrappy players, Tom. Big fan of it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. And actually, I just did a quick look. So I thought I knew who. He's different. The fastest. He's second fastest according to Baseball Savant. Number one is Jorge Mateo.
Former Yankee.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, Jorge Mateo. That sounds familiar. So yeah, second fastest in the league.
Jorge Mateo, part of the the Sonny Gray trade that they sent Mateo out. They sent Caprillion out. Now Caprillion's doing well for Oakland. It's just, yeah, you gotta love it. Gotta love when these guys actually do well, not in pinstripes. Anyway, last note here. We're not gonna obviously spend so much time on it, but Yankees drafting Trey Sweeney with the 20th overall pick, their first round draft pick. He's shortstop out of Eastern Illinois University, a left-handed hitter. Funny note on him, he came into college at 6'1", I think 170, and now he's coming out 6'4", 200 pounds. The fuck happened in that growth spurt in college? I mean, what the heck is that? I mean, I never heard of a growth spurt like that in college before there, Tom. That's wild.
It reminds me of a young Jason Thompson of the Rider Bronx, which is a reference that you don't get, but he played center, Rider grad here. He grew like 7 inches in college.
Jesus.
Legitimately, he went in as a point guard. He was drafted as a forward, where actually ended up being a lottery pick to the Sacramento Kings, and I think he's actually is the all-time leader games played for the Sacramento Kings. So that's a fun fact. Has nothing to do with the Yankees.
No, nothing.
But about little Riderman's basketball.
And we'll maybe have another Savages Bronx in 4 years from now, talking about Trey Sweeney's call up to the bigs, or his trade to another team where he'll falter or be even more successful than he would as a Yankee. But good luck to Trey Sweeney, and welcome to the train wreck that is the New York Yankees organization. But hey, if you guys want to follow us on our social platforms, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Savages Bronx. You can follow Tom at
Wospil 54.
And you can follow me at Rich J. Rivera. And you probably can follow our personal Instagrams. Why not? I think that's the same, right? Wospil 54 on Instagram, same deal.
It's brand. The brand is strong.
Look at that. So yeah, there you go. The brand is strong. Instagram and Twitter for all three of us. Look at our nice pictures. That's what they say on Instagram, right? Anyway, we're gonna move on. It's our +1, and this is what we'll be doing all night. We're moving on because we want to watch the damn derby ready. Our +1 tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is this is a great guy because he has been a fan of our show since day one, and also leading off that be it. And you can follow him at G Gory on Twitter. He recently popped on an episode on leading off as a guest. But next week, that's Monday, July the 19th, he's going to step in as Espo's pinch hitter and co-host leading off with me. So that's going to be fun. 7 p.m. Eastern time, a regular scheduled start time, Monday next week, July 19th, right here on Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Favaloro joins Savages in the Bronx. What's up, Corey?
Gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for having me. Nothing much. I'm here. I'm ready to talk a little Yankees, a little all-star weekend action, a little home run derby, and second half baseball. I'm ready for it.
I love it, buddy, and I'm glad that you're pumped for it. We are pumped for the derby tonight and the all-star festivities. I'm personally pumped for your appearance next week on leading off. You've been listening to our show since day one, so I have to ask you, are you up for the challenge of being my co-host next week, and how are you preparing for your podcasting debut?
Oh, I'm ready for it. Just sitting down every day, watching baseball, watching every single Met game, following up on all the MLB news, regardless of Mets or Yankees or whatnot. I'm ready for it. Love New York sports, love listening to talk radio, and ready to talk some radio. So I'll be good to go.
If I can give you a piece of advice, Corey, if you're going to have to listen to Rich for, in your ear for a long time, you might want to put the volume down. He's very loud, as you know. Basically, you need to almost mute your headset because of the booming voice that comes out of that young man.
Yep. No, thank you, Tom, for the advice. And a little to prepare for that, I have a little PlayStation Network typically every night as well. So I'll be good to go.
There we go.
And also, this just in, Corey was also going to be taking over for Tom's role as my co-host for Savage and the Bronx starting next week, and that's going to be indefinitely.
I had to pause the game of the show to come up here. So, let's go back to that now. So
excellent. Great job, buddy. All right. We are moving on to our bracket. It is Babe's bracket, and this is Corey's big role for tonight because he's going to be our third man here and talk Yankees. I know you're a Met fan, which I know I'm surprised I'm not even having a Met fan on my show to begin with, but you're a baseball guy. You've always been a baseball guy, so I'm excited to have you on to take down this bracket. And what we got for Babe's bracket tonight, Tom and Corey, we're going to talk about the all-time greatest home run hitters in Yankee history. And we're going to fictionalize a Yankees all-time home run derby. So we're going to have a lot of fun here. And obviously, it could have been easy. I could have just taken the 8 home run leaders of all time for the Yankees alone, but that would have been too easy. I didn't want to do that. So I tried to make it for 8 guys that if it was a fictional home run derby, who would do well? Because I didn't want to put Yogi Berra in it. I didn't want to put Derek Jeter in it. I didn't want to put Bernie. I wanted to put guys who were more deserving to be in a home run derby contest. So under the rules of the current home run derby contest, who would have the best chance to win it? And we're going to start it off with our 1 seed. And why not? It is Babe's bracket. So Babe Ruth is at our number 1. And Babe is going to be against the 8th seed, Aaron Judge, who is our most contemporary pick of this bracket. Boys, starting with Corey, who do you got, Babe Ruth or Aaron Judge?
I actually think that this is going to be a very good matchup. I know typically you think of a 1 versus a last seed. In this case, a 1 versus an 8. Typically, you think it's a no contest. I think this is one which is going to have multiple tiebreakers. Judge, a former home run derby champion. Actually, the only other person in this bracket to be under 14 at-bats per home run, the other one being Babe. I think it's going to be a very close matchup. At the end of the day, I'm going with the Babe, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I have an issue with the selection committee here. Aaron Judge in our bracket is the only one to have won a home run derby, at least in its modern go about. So I feel like he's getting kind of jobbed in the 8th seed going up against the Babe. He's kind of built to hit home runs. But yeah, with that being said, you got to go with the Bambino. Got to go with Babe Ruth. Judge got jobbed.
Judge got jobbed, and again, loving the wrestling terms. I think we're slowly turning this into a wrestling / Yankee show over the last couple of weeks with the WWE references. But yes, Judge getting jobbed to Babe Ruth here, and I take that unanimously. So Babe moving on to the next round. All right, our next matchup here in the number 4 seed, we got Jolton Joe DiMaggio, and he's going to be up against the number 5 seed Alex Rodriguez, Tom's favorite Yankee of all time. So this is gonna be a tough matchup for Tom to pick up here, but I like the DiMaggio A-Rod match. You got the matchup of like two, like the as far as like celebrity wives go, and you got Marilyn Monroe up against Jennifer Lopez. Well, now ex Jennifer Lopez, unfortunately. But yes, I love that matchup as well. But Corey, what do you got here? A-Rod or Joe D?
Yeah, this is definitely the one that ESPN is focusing in on all night. Maybe not even ESPN. This is like Fox and ABC and all the mainstream media. Yes. I'm going to go with A-Rod, though. I know the numbers. Looking at the numbers, we have Joe DiMaggio as the 4 seed. A-Rod is the 5 seed. Joe DiMaggio actually has a slightly higher slugging percentage at 579 versus 550 for A-Rod over the course of the career. But I'm going to go with A-Rod. 8 seasons of 40-plus home runs. We've seen him crack the ball for a 22-year career, I believe. I'm going to go with A-Rod. I think it's going to be an exciting round, but I'm going to go with A-Rod, not even a tiebreaker, straight up to win this one.
Yeah, I know I'm an A-Rod homer, an A-Rod truther. You obviously would assume picking A-Rod, which I am, but I do think he does win this here. I know we some of the what we used to see these were home runs as a Yankee. So A-Rod has 10 less home runs as a Yankee, but he has almost double the amount of Joe D in his career. So Give me A-Rod or give me death.
I agree. I'm with you guys unanimously. I got A-Rod topping the 4 seed, so there is your first upset of our bracket. Moving on, we got the number 3 seed, the luckiest man on the face of the earth, Lou Gehrig at number 3, up against another left-handed hitting first baseman and one of the other significant first basemen in Yankee history, Don Mattingly. Donnie Baseball. Gehrig against Donnie Baseball. Corey, who do you have here?
I'm going to go with Lou Gehrig here for this one. Now, if this was MLB The Show, if I'm using my Don Mattingly second inning card, it might be a different conversation.
I think it's an all-star card, actually. I was just looking at that before.
Oh, it's it's an all-star card. It's a great card. But I think, definitely my favorite first baseman in that game right now. But in terms of the 8 men in this bracket at the moment, it's unfortunate because he's a great guy, but we're not here to rank players as a person. We're here to rank them as power hitters. It's Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, I'm taking Lou as well. Again, if this was MLB The Show, actually, I'm not a huge fan of the Lou Gehrig card, but that 95 All-Star card for Don Mattingly is... But yeah, I'll take Gehrig.
Got the 125 right-handed contact. Let's not ride out Gehrig that much, boys. Come on. But I love Mattingly's versatility in that game. Yeah, left field, right field, first base, and third base. All this time, I thought he only played first base. I mean, it's wild. But yes, I agree with the two of you. I'm going with Gehrig as well, and he's moving on to the semifinals. And we're going to finish this up our first round with the number 2 seed, Mickey Mantle, or our number 7 seed, and I like good on the seeding committee for pairing these two up. But this is Roger Maris at number 7.
The committee got right this time,
Maris, of course. The 61 race comes to life here at Savages in the Bronx here in the bracket. So, Corey, who do you got here?
Yeah, if this was the 1961 version of the Home Run Derby, I would go Roger Maris. But I am going to take Mantle here. His slugging percentage for his career is about 80 to 90 points higher than Roger Maris. Mickey Mantle is in the core 4 of Yankees all time. Roger Maris, one of the best seasons of all time. I'm going with the Yankee with the better career. It's Mickey Mantle.
Yep, got to go with the Mick here. I got more to say about him later.
Okay,
but
fair
we're
enough.
Go with the Mick here.
So number 7 takes out the 7th seed, and we move on to the semifinals where we have our number 1 seed, the name-worthy Babe Ruth of Babe's bracket at the number 1, up against Alex Rodriguez, our number 5 seed. Do we have an upset alert here, Corey?
I tell you what, this is going to be another phenomenal round. I think similar to the first round, Babe versus Judge, Babe versus A-Rod here. It's going to go to multiple tiebreakers. We're going to see a lot of home runs here. I'm going to give the slight edge to the Babe, though. It's going to be back and forth nonstop. But Babe Ruth, 11 seasons of 40-plus home runs, 4 seasons over 50, 1 at 60. As great as A-Rod's numbers are, as great of a personality he's been for baseball, I'm going to go with the Babe here.
Tom, we're mixing business and pleasure. Who do you got?
So here's the thing. A-Rod, sneaky guy. I'm thinking he gets Ottavino on the mound against Babe, who's going to strike him out, according to Otto, which could give A-Rod the advantage here. A-Rod will do what it takes to win. We have seen that on off-the-field issues, on-the-field issues. He'll smack a ball out of your hand. He'll get Ottavino out there to pitch to Babe. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Babe Ruth here. I think it's hard to go against the king, the king of Yankee home runs.
Wow, we are all unanimous tonight, boys. So Babe Ruth moving on to our next round. And semifinals, we have Mickey Mantle, our 2 seed, up against our 3 seed, Lou Gehrig. And this is a tough one, boys. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think of all the matchups we've had thus far, maybe with the exception of the last one. The last one was close too, but I think this one's a real definition of a coin flip. I honestly can go either way. If I had to put my money on it, though, I'm actually going to roll with Lou Gehrig here, and that's literally by the flip of a coin. I'm going to go with his 632 slugging percentage versus Mantle's 557. I know there's more than home runs that makes up a slugging percentage, but I'm going to roll with Lou here.
I got a question for you guys. Where is this fictional home run derby taking place?
I would think at Yankee Stadium, but now
here's the deal.
You want the classic?
It doesn't matter because Mickey Mantle's a switch hitter. Whatever side of the plate gives him the advantage of that park, he can hit from. Lou Gehrig, just a lefty. Mantle, I think he is pure power. I think it's entertaining. I don't think it's that close. I think Mickey Mantle is gonna roll over Sweet Lou and advance himself to the finals?
I'm going to take the side of my co-host here. I'm going to go with Mantle as well. As the superior, and of course he's the number 2 seed, so it's easy for me to just pick Mantle. But yes, I'm going with Mantle. I think he's going to give the Babe a run for his money. I think I don't know. It's weird because I think in a matchup with Babe and Gehrig, I think it's Babe all the way. But I think Babe and Mantle is going to be a weird one to discuss in just a few. But I'm going with Mickey on this one. I'm going with the Mick. I want to see this matchup between two players that never played in the same generation. So more of the interest of seeing it than who may actually do it. I'm going to go Mickey Mantle to the finals here to face Babe Ruth, which is where we have our finals, gentlemen. It is the number 1 seed, Babe Ruth, against the number 2 seed, Mickey Mantle in Babe's bracket, who would win an all-time home run derby among the New York Yankee greats. Corey Favaloro, New York Mets fan. Who are you going with?
If it was just based on the pure numbers, it's Babe Ruth. But I'm going to tell you what, we had round 1, we had round 2. I said multiple times that Babe is having multiple tiebreakers. He got worn down with Judge. He got worn down with A-Rod. I thought the last round with Mantle was a coin flip with Gehrig. So whatever I would have said for Gehrig, I'll say here for Mantle. Both of those guys had easier rounds 1 and 2. Both of them are more well-rested. This is a derby. Endurance plays a role here. I'm going with Mantle, who had the easier path.
I am also rolling with Mickey Mantle here.
Wow.
Even if you take the fictional derby out of it, if it's a round 1 matchup, I'm taking Mickey Mantle over Babe Ruth. We talked about being a switch hitter, so depending wherever you want to put this home run derby, Mantle could hit to could pull the ball to the shorter part of the park. And more importantly, when Rich told me he was doing this, there's one thing that came to mind, and I don't know if you gentlemen are aware of this quote, but it's a quote from Mickey Mantle, and it goes, "Someone once asked me if I went up the plate trying to hit a home run. I said, sure, every time." Mickey Mantle wins.
I love it, boys. Mickey Mantle. I don't know if I would have gone unanimous. I think I would have went with the Babe, anonymous of the bracket, but hey, I love it. I'll take an upset anytime in the finals. Mickey Mantle shoving it to the Babe, winning Babe's bracket, his own bracket as the all-time home run derby winner among the Yankees. Fantastic. And Dan Checkley, who's in our group chat, not group chat. I guess the second time I said group chat today. Our Twitch chat as Deputy Nelson goes, Mantle would be one of the greatest hitters of all time had he never gotten hurt, which is, of course, one topic we brought up on this show multiple times of who would have been some of the best players ever if they had never gotten hurt. And Mantle, of course, one of the first names to mention there. So Mickey Mantle winning our bracket there. So good stuff, boys. We're going to get into Guess the Graph, so Corey's going to stick with us for a little bit longer. But before we do that, let's talk Sincerely Ali Studio, our great sponsor of the show. Today's episode of Savage the Bronx presented by Sincerely Ali Studio. And since 2020, Sincerely Ali has been customizing scented candles, wine glasses, coffee mugs, and much more. Much like that candle that Corey just showed us all. Make sure to check out her Etsy website at Sincerely Ali Studio and follow at sincerely.ali, that's with 2 E's, on Instagram for all things for your self-care needs. Sincerely Ali. And of course, our next segment is Guess the Graph, and Guess the Graph is brought to you by Sincerely Ali as always. So let's get into it. Corey, you know the rules, you know the show. You've been watching it since day one. Guess the Graph is our autograph segment where Tom's going to show off one of his prestigious balls, and Corey and I and our Twitch chat is going to guess whose signature belongs to this baseball. So, Tom, here it is for all y'all at home. This is Tom's baseball. We're guessing the graph. What do you guys got? I'll give you a couple to decipher this one.
Ooh. I'm thinking on this one. Tom, any first thoughts on your side real quick?
So this one, every ball we have used so far has been a ball that I have personally gotten signed. This one, okay, I did not actually personally get signed. I did purchase this one. Okay. Not that I probably, at some point, I probably could have gotten it. But this is one he's a favorite of mine, so I had to purchase it.
Okay, but this is the Yankee during our lifetime, though.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I know who it is.
Did you hide the chat?
No, I hid the chat completely. It's actually now I'm on full screen so I can look at the ball.
Okay.
All right. This is a guy who was in a home run derby, isn't it?
He was in a home run derby.
This is a guy who was a first baseman of the Yankees during the 90s run.
He sure was.
This is Tino Martinez.
This is Tino Martinez, home run derby champion.
Look
Tino
at
Martinez.
That.
Tino, I was, yes, for many reasons, could have been a weird kid in school, but Tino was actually always my favorite Yankee in the 90s. I liked Tino more than Jeter. Not that I didn't like Jeter, but Tino was my favorite. Huge Tino fan. I was going to give you the clue that he went to St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Florida, but I don't know if that was really going to help you guys out. It's a fun fact about him. But yeah, Tino Martinez.
That's a great ball too to pick on the home run derby day.
Yeah, there we go. And
I'm not gonna lie, I was worried when Rich said we were gonna do the home run derby bracket. I was like, oh, if he just takes, because you could take Tino, you could take Giambi to put in there because he won a derby as a Yankee, and I was worried that we were gonna talk about Tino so much throughout the episode that it's gonna be given away. But thankfully, Rich isn't smart enough to put a bunch of home run derby champions as Yankees in, so we were safe there.
We were safe there. And again, fantasy, fictional. Thought about Robbie Cano, thought about those guys, but yes, we went with who we went with, and I do not regret it one bit. And I definitely do not regret having a Met fan join us for the first time on this program. Corey Favaloro, you did a great job once again. I look forward to this sort of research and personality for next Monday on Leading Off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where my man is going to be our pinch hitter for Espo. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Great. Nope. Thank you again for having me, guys. And thank you, Rich, again for letting me co-host next week. I know it's going to be tough to fill Espo's shoes. A great gentleman as well. And Savages in the Bronx for next week. I will be back with the Chooches in the chat. Until next time.
Oh, yes, baby. We love our Chooches in the chat. Corey Favaloro, thank you, buddy. Have a good night. And enjoy the derby, my friend.
Thank you. And same to you both. And let's go, Pete Alonso.
All right, now let's get this Met fan out of here. Corey Favaloro, great job, and happy to have him. Again, as a reminder, you can check out my other show, Leading Off, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Normally, obviously tonight, we had a special start time at 6:45. 7 p.m. Eastern Time next Monday with special guest co-host Corey Favaloro, who just joined us here on Savages in the Bronx. And make sure to follow us at Loft Podcast, at Loft Podcast on Twitter. But Tom, we're going to put an end to our show. It was a great show tonight. Corey did a great job. And in our chat, too, got a lot of praise there as well. I think he might be coming after your job soon, too.
Oh, I mean, again, take it.
You're not doing him any favors. So, yes, Tommy Wospil. And Tom, we got this home run derby coming up in a little bit. Who's your pick, man?
Listen, it's the chalk pick, but I just don't. I mean, it's the year of Ohtani. I find it hard. I don't know. He's a big guy. You worry about him tiring out. I think if it's not Ohtani, I think it's Story. I think that the altitude plays a factor. Guys who aren't used to, people talk about endurance in the Derby all the time. Story's used to hitting BP and Coors all the time. No one else is. So I wonder if Story can get himself to, if he can get out of the first round, which, he's very capable of doing so. I think as the rounds progress, he will be better.
Yes.
So Story, I think, is my quote unquote dark horse, but it's hard to go against Shohei.
My pick to win is a dark horse. It is Matt Olson. I mentioned him on Leading Off before. I feel like he's a guy who's going to definitely take advantage of that shortened out area in right field. I know it's like more of a high fence, but it's more pushed in as opposed to the rest of the ballpark down the right field line. So I think it's going to be a nice advantage for left, but it's also a course field. So it's going to be an advantage to everybody, to be honest. But Matt Olson, I see as a guy who's going to crank a few down that right field line and really be an impact player. And in that side of the bracket as well, I feel confident whoever's coming out of that side first round to make it to the finals. Seeing those matchups there. Obviously, the Ohtani, Soto, Perez, Alonso side might be a little bit tough. But yes, and as I predicted on Leading Off, longest home run of the night, 487 off the bat of Ohtani.
I think it's further than that. They're not humidoring the balls, right? And they're not using the shitty softballs from this year. They're using the juiced, unhumidored, pure baseballs. I'm thinking we're seeing a ball go 520 tonight.
Oh wow!
If Ohtani gets, Cano in Arizona hit one. Then he hit one like 480 or something like that, like 470 something. If Ohtani or Gallo absolutely crush one,
which do well.
We're gonna there. It's going well over 500, and it's the real shame. And I understand why they don't want to do it, but God, I wish I could see Judge hit a ball there. Like in that situation, Judge hit a ball 500 feet in Yankee Stadium. Can you imagine? It'd be great.
I can only imagine if you really want to, and that could be a topic for another time of like what 8 would you love to see in the Derby, regardless of all-star selection or injury or whatnot. I'm sure most people are want to see Judge and Stanton in that Derby. And
I mean, it wouldn't be safe for Stanton. The people in the stands, they would have to clear them and say, "Listen,
yes.
You could, there's going to be projectiles coming at you very fast."
Very fast, and yes.
Granted, he also might strike out.
But I won't be there, so I'd still want to see it. I'd still would love to see that. So anyway, that's going to do it for our show tonight. We thank you guys for joining us once again for another edition of Savage in the Bronx. And before we take off for the evening, I wanted to pay tribute to our good friend Tom, Mike Hoffman, who tragically passed last week. Mike is a huge baseball fan, unfortunately a Red Sox fan, but he loved baseball and he loves softball. He played softball with us for the better part of 2 years, from 2018 to 2019. And we got the shocking news last week that he had passed, and it just makes you stop and realize that, life is short and it's so precious and it can be taken away just like that. And our thoughts and love are with the Hoffman family, who are, they're trying their best to get through this. It's obviously difficult for them. And we want to thank Mike for the memories. We miss you. We love you. And from your domination and Shy Sucks family, we're going to be hanging up number 34 for you next season, bud.
And listen, if there's one thing that could have me root for the Red Sox this year, it would be in honor of Mike. Great guy. We worked with him, and it's just incredibly too soon to see someone's life taken. So
yes,
we're gonna miss you, Mike.
We're going to miss you, Mike, and our thoughts and love are with the Hoffman family at this time. So, guys, on that note, go out and enjoy the home run derby. Hopefully, we see a ton of home runs hit tonight. Hopefully, we do see some home runs hit over 500 feet. I would love to see it, even though I cranked Ohtani down to 487. But I won't ramble on any longer. Enjoy the home run derby, guys. We'll see you next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Twitch. Take care.